Part 3. The police promised to give money for Sir Danvers' murderer, thousands of pounds. But no one finds Mr. Hyde. He just disappears. Dr. Jekyll stays alone for some time after this trouble. Then he slowly begins to see his friends again. He helps sick people again. He seems happy again. And for about 2 months, Dr. Henry Jekyll is at peace. But his time of peace is short. He needs to drink the evil solution again. He enters his laboratory. He makes the mixture and drinks it. He becomes Mr. Hyde again. He changes his clothes and disappears into the shadows. He goes quickly back to the bad places in London, and he begins his horrible crimes again. Then he goes quickly back to his laboratory. He mixes the solution and drinks it. He becomes the good doctor again and goes back to his house. He feels terrible guilt.
Oh, God, save me from myself. Help me. I cannot stop this evil.
A week goes by. Dr. Jekyll wants the drink, but he controls his animal need. One night, he goes to his bedroom, takes a sleeping pill, and is soon sleeping. A few hours later, he wakes up. He feels very strange. Slowly, he feels terrible pains. He looks in the mirror. He is horrified. He knows he went to bed as Dr. Jekyll, but he woke up as Mr. Hyde.
This never happened before. Maybe the good drug is losing its strength.
Secretly, he goes into the laboratory and makes the necessary solution in double strength. The double drug is effective. He becomes Dr. Jekyll again. He calls Poole.
Take this message to Mr. Moore, the pharmacist. It's urgent.
Yes, sir.
Poole leaves, and Dr. Jekyll sits in his chair. He is very tired and afraid. He is afraid of his personality as Hyde. One morning, Dr. Jekyll is sitting in the park. The day is beautiful. He is at peace. Suddenly, there is a change in his thoughts. He feels dizzy and is shaking. He looks down and is horrified. His clothes hang on his small, twisted body. His hand is a hairy paw.
The good drug didn't work. It wasn't effective. How can I get back to the laboratory now? Just a moment ago, people loved and honored me. But now I am a terrible man, a murderer. They're looking for me.
He hides his face and goes quietly out of the park. He walks quickly down a small street. Suddenly, Hyde thinks of Dr. Lanyon, a friend of Dr. Jekyll.
Lanyon, that's it. Dr. Lanyon will help me. I have to send him a message.
Luckily, no one sees him, and he enters a hotel. A man shows him to a room.
Do you need anything, sir?
Yes, paper and a pen, please, and hurry.
He writes 2 letters. One letter is to Dr. Lanyon, the other is to Poole, Jekyll's butler. He sends the letters. Then he sits in his room and waits for the night. Finally, night comes. Hyde calls a cab and rides in it in the streets of the city. Dr. Lanyon gets the letter from Dr. Jekyll. He is amazed. The letter seems crazy, but he is loyal to his friend. He follows the instructions of the letter. He rides quickly to Dr. Jekyll's house. The butler is waiting for him.
I have a note from my master. It says I have to take you into his laboratory, sir.
He follows the instructions of the letter. First, he takes a box.
I think this is the box.
Then he puts a cloth around the box and takes it to his house. There he waits for a messenger.
This is amazing. Poor Jekyll. He has great troubles. He seems crazy.
At exactly midnight, there is a knock at the door. Dr. Lanyon opens it.
You are waiting for me, sir?
Come in, please. You are the...
Yes, sir. I am the messenger from Dr. Jekyll.
Is Jekyll mad? This is an important message. Why does he trust this awful man?
They go into the house, and Hyde cries out excitedly.
Do you have it? Do you have it?
Lanyon has a horrible cold feeling in his body.
Just a moment, sir. You forget that I don't know you.
Hyde controls his feelings. He tries to be polite.
Excuse me, Dr. Lanyon, but your friend, Dr. Jekyll, sent me here. It is very important. He said there is a drawer.
There it is, sir.
Hyde hurries to the table. He is shaking. He puts his hand over his heart.
Calm yourself, sir. Calm yourself.
Hyde soon becomes calm again, and he takes off the cloth.
Can you please get me a glass, sir?
In the glass, Hyde mixes the chemicals.
Dr. Lanyon, remember your promise. You will now see some amazing things, but you mustn't tell anyone. Watch.
He drinks the drug. He is dizzy and almost falls down, but he holds on to the table. Dr. Lanyon is amazed. He watches the complete change. There is Dr. Jekyll. He is shaking.
Good heavens! This can't be true. It's just a horrible dream. Jekyll, how can this be?
I can't tell you that. I only ask you, please keep my awful secret.
Lanyon promises secrecy again. Jekyll leaves, and Lanyon sits down. He is horrified.
I'm afraid this is not a dream. That man was Edward Hyde, a murderer. Everyone is looking for him. Poor Jekyll.
A few days later, Poole visits Utterson.
Hello, Poole. Why are you here? Is the doctor sick?
Something is terribly wrong, sir.
Wrong, you say?
Dr. Jekyll is in his laboratory and the door is locked. I don't like it, sir. Mr. Utterson, I'm afraid.
Please explain, Poole.
I haven't seen the doctor for more than a week, sir. I think something happened. Something terrible, sir. Please come with me and look for yourself.
They hurry to Dr. Jekyll's house. A servant opens the door a little.
Is that you, Paul?
Yes, Mr. Utterson is with me.
All the servants are talking excitedly.
What are they all doing here? Does your master know about this?
They're all afraid, sir.
They go to the laboratory door and knock.
Listen carefully to the voice, sir. Mr. Utterson is here, sir. He wants to see you.
Tell him I cannot see anyone.
They go back to the kitchen.
Sir, was that my master's voice?
It seems very much changed.
I came to this house 20 years ago, sir. I swear that is not the doctor's voice. No, sir. Someone murdered my master 8 days ago. We heard him on that day. He cried out in pain.
This is a strange story, Poole. If someone murdered your master, why does he stay here? I don't understand.
Well, Mr. Utterson, this is very difficult, but I'll tell you about the past week. About a week ago, I heard a loud knock at the laboratory door. Someone was hitting at it.
Poole! Poole, come here, quickly!
I am here, sir. What is it?
There's a paper under the door. Take it to the pharmacist. Quickly, hurry.
Will he give me a message, sir?
Mr. Moore will give you a drug. Bring it back here and leave it in front of the door. Now, in God's name, be quick.
I went quickly. This is from my master, Dr. Jekyll. Please give me the drug quickly. It is urgent. Mr. Moore went for the chemical and left the note. I looked at it. You are not sending me good drugs anymore. These new chemicals are not effective. Please, sir, help me with better drugs. This is urgent. Please send some immediately. Henry Jekyll, M.D. Mr. Moore soon comes back.
Tell your master I can't get the drug anymore. He took the last bottle some time ago.
I went back home and gave Mr. Moore's answer to my master, or that man inside the laboratory. He was very angry. He was like an animal, sir.
Do you have the note with you?
Here it is, sir.
Utterson reads the note and shakes his head sadly.
This is a very strange note. It is the doctor's handwriting, don't you think, Poole?
But I don't care about the handwriting. I really saw the man.
You saw him?
One night he went quietly out the back door and I caught him. I tell you, sir, he looked horrible. He was like a terrible animal. His body was small and his clothes hung on him.
Utterson is now sure that something is terribly wrong.
Get help, quickly, Poole. We'll break down that door.
Some men come and they break down the door. Inside, there is a body. It is on the floor.
It is Hyde, and it seems that he is dead.
But where is my master? What did this animal do to him?
Only the police can find that out, Poole. We can only hope that they will find him, and that he will be alive.
Utterson returns home and finds a note. It is from Dr. Lanyon. It tells what happened that terrible night at his home.
Poor Jekyll. He suffered terribly. He was a genius, but it killed him. It brought only pain and death.
That is the end of part 3.